purpose. Your purpose is like gas in your fuel tank. It will drive you, it will move you, it will carry you over that crazy stuff. And when you have put in 100 hours of work and you look at the money that came in and you're like, this isn't the minimum wage. If I had worked this many hours at McDonald's, I would have more money. And I'm going to say you're 100% correct, but you would lose. If you work that many hours for McDonald's, the thing you don't get is the lesson that you learned working 100 hours for yourself. Because, see, this is the deal. I want you to think about this in terms of compound interest. You're working for yourself. You're putting all these hours in, but the money does not look right compared to the level of effort. To see the rest of this video and others like it, subscribe to the Hustler Mindset Project below. First link. See you on the other side. Now to the video. What's up, peeps? I tell you, life is a trip. Notice something that's happened, on this football season, and I'm a crazy football fan. It's kind of crazy. You would think that people who experience instant success, it would be great. But it's not working out like that. And it started long before that madness of last night with the San Diego Chargers and the Denver Broncos. When that game started, in my mind, I was like, they look better with Tim Tebow. Seriously. More intent, on purpose. But it's a new offense. It's going to take a little time to work the wrinkles out. But I did not expect a team that's 24 nothing to come back. But 17 of those 24 points were from mistakes on the behalf of the Denver Broncos. Something to think about. When the majority of your points came off turnovers and you're not adding other points, and they just couldn't move the ball. And also with college teams, just on my other channel, I put it up. ESPN 30 for 30 broke. It's just crazy the amount of money these guys lost, and they're having a serious battle in the comment section because people are going off and they're just like, hey, if you were 21 and someone offers you a lot of money, what would you do? And it's a valid point because I know at 21 I was a knucklehead, but I would have put a little money away. I wouldn't be broke after earning that type of money. Sorry, it wouldn't be me. But that's not where I'm going with this video. Because one of the things about online marketing, people making money online, is speed. Make it fast, make it choppy, make it snappy, son. And I've seen some people who've experienced instant success, did really well, really quickly, and they fizzled out. Then I've seen people, because I know a guy who started a website 14 years ago. The last 4 years have really been where he's made the money. But he started it a long time ago. Now, he's made a lot of money in these last 4 years. Don't feel sorry for him. He's made a lot of money. But the thing is, I think for the average person in the way that we're geared in our society, because you hear this saying, the more money you make, the more money you're going to spend. As if it's some de facto law of life, and it's not. It's a choice. Because most of us do not have a solid financial education. It's just not there. Not a solid financial education. And that's the big part, because it's not taught in schools. And if mom and dad don't have that financial education, they can't impart it to you. I had to learn my own financial education. And fortunately, growing up poor, having mentors, it helped me out a lot, because I would have never thought that I would say this. Growing up with nothing at times prepared me to handle success. For some people, it's a recipe of disaster. But for me, it was just I know what it's like to not have anything. Nothing. Just be totally ass out. And, when I got a few nickels together, I started to hold on to them. But the deal is, instant success with the wrong mindset is a recipe for disaster. Simply put, many people who get some money coming in really, really quickly, they don't have a frame of reference to learn how to handle that. Give me an example. Most lotteries, don't quote me on this, have an option where you can take a lump sum or a hybrid model, which most financial planners recommend is you take half in a lump sum, then you take the annuity on the other half. That way, if you totally ass up the first half you take as a lump sum, you're still going to have money coming in every month, year, however they pay. I know someone that won a lottery and they get a lump sum every year. In their 14 feet. Oh no, got 14 more years on that deal. 14 or 16. But they get a lump sum minus taxes, same time every year, which is enough for the average person to live on very well in a year. And the deal is, people are not comfortable with success and money. You see it all of the time. They get the money, didn't have a drug problem before, but now all of a sudden, come on, man, give it it just happens because when you're a regular person and you don't have someone to guide you through that maze, success is an intense bitch. I've been studying this for a while, just go back to Monday Night Football. Chargers, they were cruising. They came out in the second half. They were flat, and Peyton started doing that thing. And I'm just like, when they scored their second touchdown off the pick six, I was like, these fuckers are going to win. No, you can't tell me. And they did. And they won convincingly after it was a tale of two halves. But the whole deal is, I think, and shoot, even with my favorite football team, University of Alabama, Roll Tide, kicking Mizzou's ass for the first quarter and half quarter, then 38-minute rain delay, and it was like another team came out the locker room and they finally woke up and like, oh yeah, we better beat these guys. Because it was just like, they were like, we were owning these guys, and then kickoff return, special teams collapse. I was just sitting there like, and Coach Saban, he said it. It's hard to convince these guys that they're going to come back, and it's just that rain delay. Whoo! Let's hope that doesn't happen in the big game. And Lou Holtz said it on Game Center on ESPN. Every week, a different team comes out there, and people kind of like, and you see it. You see it in the NFL. You see it in basketball teams. It's like, take a scrub team that been getting their ass kicked, but they're playing a juggernaut, and for some reason they stand up on their hind legs and we're gonna do it, and sometimes they win. Mental. That's what the hustler mindset's about, changing your mentality. Because if you have the wrong mentality, the best things in the world can drop in your lap. You can make a lot of money. You can be very successful. And in the end, you lose it all because mentally you are not prepared to handle it. There's a whole subset of woes and issues mentally that creates that paradigm. And I watched it because I look at myself and, like, you've never heard me complain about YouTube. The other day, I had some unhappy people flag a video and it came down. First time since I've been on YouTube. And I was just like, why? Because 99.8% of my experience on YouTube has been positive. It's been wonderful. It's been great. And I've noticed that other people, that when something like that happens, they do a barrage of a video and they try to have petitions signed, and it's just like, it's terrible. It's free. Like Louis K said, everything is wonderful and everyone's unhappy because expectations and mental minds, mental paradigms do not align with reality oftentimes. This is my position on YouTube. I can't really be mad at YouTube for shit. There makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm just like, and move on because the benefit is outstanding. And that's what I'm talking about, because there are people who become successful and they start to feel entitled to that success regardless of the fact if they're working for it or not. That's the problem, because I don't feel entitled to anything. I don't feel entitled to the next book sale. I don't feel entitled to the next video view. I don't feel entitled for the next positive review. I don't feel entitled to any of that stuff, because all I have to do is close my eyes and just remember sitting on that bed in that little crappy ass room in that boarding house with a crackhead running down the street shooting the gun. And it's like, if I don't do what I need to do, I can end up right back there. It could happen. It could happen. And it can happen very easily, because it's very easy to be seduced by success. It's exceptionally easy to be seduced by success. Because success starts like, oh, you're the best thing since sliced bread. And you are wonderful and you're outstanding. And if you get some sycophants, like a lot of these athletes and celebrities, they have this crew. It's like, oh, yeah, you're the best thing. And the thing is, they stop doing it. And you see this in basketball games, football games, teams that had a great philosophy, working, moving the ball up court, moving the ball downfield. And for some reason, they get a nice lead and they stop doing what they were doing to be successful. That the sports field is not the only place that happens. I've seen that happen with my friends. I've seen that happen with other businesses. And I'm just like, I don't want that to happen to me. So the thing is, you have to stay grounded. You really, really have to stay grounded and be thankful for the little things, the big things, the good things, the nasty things, the bugs. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I don't really kill bugs. A lot of times I've thumped the bug outside because I'm like, because the thing is, as long as you ain't really, now, hey, that does not extend to roaches. Roaches, great! But seriously, you got to be thankful. You got to be thankful, and you have to have some perspective on what is what. You really don't, like Jason Tuck. He's a native son of Alabama, and I was watching his special about him and his father. And, he has, injury, and he wasn't making a lot of money. And, it's like, you go out there, this bad thing can happen. His father's like, you grew up working hard for nothing. You made more money in a few months than I made in my whole life. Jason like, you're right, Dad. Went out there, just threw his body, threw caution to the wind, was rewarded with like a damn near $40 million contract after that season. So understand, success is composed of many, many different things. But we in America have this limited and myopic view of success that creates a lot of problems when it stacks up. And a lot of people just aren't grounded because, like I said, in any time, any day, all this stuff could go away if I stop doing the things that make me successful, which is research, trying something new, keep doing different things. That's what you're gonna have to do. But understand, there's a lot of dangers to instant success if, especially on something that I talked about a long time ago with money. If you don't manage your money, your money's gonna manage you. There is no in between, kind of, sort of. Only people who are immune to this are folks who have parents who have vast sums of money, and I don't care what they do, they can't spend it all. If you got that type of situation, it doesn't matter. For the other 99.98% of us, it does matter. It does. And the thing is, you can't crave instant success without balancing yourself out as you climb. Because I think there's a reason that people who took a minute to get to where they are typically have their money. Because you look at some players that, their names are household names. I'll give you Bill Laimbeer. That fool was making a ton of money from his businesses and saving money. And he was, but that was a different era. But the whole point is, there's nothing wrong with working hard, and there's nothing wrong with experience and instant success. But you need to gear your mentality to the point that you can handle it. And then, if you know that you have a problem with money and you come into a bunch of money, because the thing is, I used to wonder why, like lottery winners, like, got my accountant, got my attorney and all. I'm just like, why the hell do you need all these people? I was totally ignorant of what happens that once someone wins the lottery. Folks from every corner of the earth crawling up from the depths of hate. I mean, people just start coming out the woodwork, and they have to have some no-men or it will disappear on them. Low-loft relatives, people talking about, hey, I'm your son. I mean, seriously. Some of the stuff that I found when I researched, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I didn't know. Because I was just like, because me, and I don't play the lottery, so I'm not going to win. But if I did play the lottery, and if I did win, my ass would be there the next morning. But once again, I have a different financial education than most other people. Because I can tell you right now, if I won the lottery, the first thing I would do, I would find some solid, low interest yielding investments. Yep. I would just invest the whole damn thing. Lump sum, invest the whole damn thing. And live off the interest. Like say I got 10 million. Find something that yields and I'm talking about 3-4%. I'm not talking about 10%. 3-4 consistently. It's out there. It's 300 and some grand a year. I can live off of that. I can live off of that, and I would keep working. But that's me. But the deal is, with success, you have to have balance mentally. Because you look at the people like Jerry Rice, who had a great work ethic. And this is something, this right here is my pet peeve. Randy Moss, if he was mentally together, his career would have been longer and his records would have been bigger than Jerry Rice because he had more talent than Jerry Rice, but he did not have Jerry Rice will, determination, and work ethic. He didn't have that. So he's just, seriously wasted talent. What this guy could have did is immense, but he was just stuck up on some stupid shit. Straight up. I've seen the interviews and I'm just like, Randy, why? Why? And then people are like, oh, that man can be his own man. He can say what. When you start thinking of legacy, when you start really thinking at the end of your career, end of your life, being up on a podium, talking smack, talking some stupid, dumb shit, it's going to sound real stupid even to you. Because you're like, oh, that wasn't so good. That wasn't so bright. I've worked in a hospital. I've never seen a deathbed confession, but I have seen people that knew it was coming, and just the things that they spoke about was totally different than other things that you would think. And it's not big stuff. It's about people, and it's about legacy, and it's about kids. That's what it's about. It's not about the money and all this other stuff. So I'm telling you, guarantee you, Randy Moss, when he gets to the end of that train and he looks back, he's not going to be happy with himself, nor should he be. But that's the deal. Instant success with a limited perspective is usually going to be disaster. All right, this is Glendon. I'll see you in the next video.